Good evening, guys. This is part 2 of my PlayStation 2 collection of games, and we're just going to get right into it. Not starting in any order or anything, just grabbing the games. This is Tekken 4. I think this is the game I remember playing with my friend growing up. Out of any, besides the classic Tekkens, we played one of them, I can't remember. I think it was, I want to say 3. 3 and 2. Pretty sure it's not 1, but anyways, I remember playing this one with my buddy growing up. I think it's a good game. Tekken. I'm not a great fighting game, I'm not a great fighting player in general, but they're fun. Destroy All Humans 2. Classic sandbox. You know, just destroy cities and stuff. Oh, look at this. And I have SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 in this one. But I do have another... I have another case of Destroy All Humans 2 that has the game in it. But just don't mind that right now. But Destroy All Humans is a good game. Need for Speed Underground 2. Racing games. I can't say that I've played or I've really been into a lot of racing games, you know, ever, but I have that. Downhill Downhill Domination. It's a crazy extreme sport, extreme downhill. You're just pretty much going downhill the whole time, like snowboarding, and you're just getting big air and doing tricks and stuff. Downhill Domination. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. Yeah, I remember going to the store and looking for Midnight Club 2. And I was like, I asked the guy working there, I was like, can you help me find Midnight Club 2? And he's like, oh, yeah. And then he was helping me find it. He's like, man, you almost had it. You almost found it. The good one. And I was like, what? And he's like, Midnight Club 3. And I was like, oh. So, I was like, he probably knows that what's up with the third one. So, just had to grab that. I do have Midnight Club 2. Midnight Club 2. Racing. Rockstar Games. You know. I do have the receipt in there. The soundtracks for these games are, from what I know, or from what I heard at least, are just old, of that era, you know. I guess it would be 2000, 05, between 2000 and 2010, pretty much. Like the music, the early 2000s music of hip-hop and stuff and rap. Need for Speed, Most Wanted, Greatest Hits. Not that that really matters, but my brother is really into he's really into cars, and he's just a gearhead. And this is his, if you ask him, this would probably be his favorite racing game growing up, Most Wanted. You have all the cops and stuff. Cops going crazy, chasing you and stuff. And it could be really difficult to get away from. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. EA Games. The best racing, sticker on here says Publishers Choice Awards, Best Racing. And this is one of my favorite games growing up, honestly. Capcom's Beautiful Joe. I played this game growing up on the GameCube, but then I was going on the store and I wanted to buy Beautiful Joe 2, and for Beautiful Joe 2 for the PlayStation, I guess, for a cheap, like as cheap as I can get it, you know, because sometimes for GameCube it could be expensive. And I accidentally bought this, and it's Beautiful Joe, and it's a game I already have on GameCube. But I'm really not mad. I'm really not mad about it because now I have it on GameCube and PlayStation. The first one is just great. Can't go wrong. The cell shading, you know, the graphics age greatly with that cell shade look, and just the fighting and the you know, it's one of the best first levels. Like when the first level just starts, it's just a classic game, and you just get right into the action. It's so cool. One of my favorite games, Beautiful Joe. SSX Tricky. EA Big. EA Sports Big. Highly acclaimed game. I have this game on... Yeah, some of these games I have on the like I bought them on digitally on Xbox, and I think I'm gonna sell them, or I think I'm gonna just get them out of my collection and have less games, honestly. Like this game I have on the Xbox. There's other games I have too that I'll talk about, I guess, that I have on Xbox digitally. And I think I'm just going to get rid of, you know, if it's not a remaster or a remake and it's just the same game but upgraded graphics on the Xbox digitally, I think I'm going to get rid of the games for PlayStation 2 just to, you know, have less physical, you know, less clutter, less games. Grand Theft Auto 3. Yeah. This game, I guess it's still in the PlayStation 2. Yeah, I'm done with this game. Sorry, guys. I know this game is talked about as, like, praised. This game is praised for, you know, being revolutionary of the time, but it is hard to... I'm sorry. I consider myself to be a patient gamer. You know, when it comes to games and being patient and having perseverance. This game really just broke me in the middle of, like... It was like every level I do, I'm like, alright, the next level is going to be fun. It's going to be, you know, not difficult. I'm going to get through the next level. And then every level is just, like, frustrating. You have to die. Like, I die. How many times? How long does it take to do one mission? It take me 45 minutes to an hour to do a mission sometimes. And you could say it's a skill issue. You could say I suck, but a lot of just bad things going on with this game, with the driving, just the frustrating stuff, like having to drive to the mission again, you know, if you didn't save the game with like armor and ammo, then you have to go find ammo and stuff and armor. And you don't have a map. You can't really... I'm not great with directions in general, so you have to, like, memorize your environment and find things. The missions, I don't know. It's just really difficult with these missions. Just, like... The mission, I think that one of the last missions that I just said, I'm done. I'm not playing this right now. I'm giving up on this game was, like... I can't remember what it's called, but... You go to a place... It's like, you go to these spank heads... Drug in this game is like Spank, just generic name. And I don't know, there's like a car in the middle of this lot that you go to, and then all these guys come out of this van. All these guys come out of these vans, and they just self-detonate themselves, and they're running at you, and you have to destroy all the vans. That mission, I was like, all right, because after I do that mission, if I complete that mission, after what's gonna be the next mission after that? Just some more bullcrap. You know? Driving missions, like, the driving sucks in this game. You crash and your car gets blown up. I'm sorry. Sorry I went on a tangent about this game, but if I could save anyone the trouble of, like, going through and trying to beat this game, I'd say it's not worth it. Simpsons Road Rage. Speaking of Road Rage, that's a great segue. Anyways, just an arcade game. I don't know. I didn't play Hit and Run. I don't have Hit and Run. It's expensive. I think it's expensive for some reason. It's just Hit and run is just, I don't know. I always try to watch gameplay of a game to, like, convince myself, is that, do I need this game? And every time I watch, like, The Simpsons Hit and Run, you know, I always see the comments, I see the reviews, like, everyone loves that game, it's just highly loved and everything. But then I just watch the gameplay, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not drawn in by it. I played this one growing up, Road Rage. It's not a great game, it's not, like, fantastic or anything, it's a fun game. You know? Greatest hits. You're just driving in this game, you don't get out of the car, like, hit and run and stuff, but... Anyways, move on from that one. Guitar Hero Encore, rock the 80s. I kind of wish the set list was a little bit bigger, the song list. Maybe if they had like 30 more songs, 20 more songs or so. It's a great game. Great song selection, but... You know, out of an era of like music, 80s and the rock, rock music in the 80s. This should have been one of the most loaded songs, like, you know what I mean? It's not easy. I know it's not easy to get like the licensing for songs and stuff like that, but if there's any game that just needed like, I mean, the games nowadays like Rock Band 3 and 4, I know you can't really get the songs now, but the DLC, the song selection, the song library they have of that, they couldn't do something like that with this. I'm kind of disappointed in like the song and just the song, you know, capacity. But it's a good game. I think I showed you that. Now this was my favorite personally, like growing up. You know, you got the classic guitar battles with Tom Morello, the Devil. You know, Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. This has a great choice of songs, you know. This is how I learned like a lot of bands and songs from this game is growing up. Like, it's put a lot of people onto just different music and, you know, songs. Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins, just those great alternative band, Metallica, you know, those great alternative bands and stuff. Soul Calibur, still sealed. Soul Calibur 2, sorry. You can't, I think there is a way to get this game digitally on Xbox. I'm not sure. Maybe some games you can get like an Amazon code. I'm not really sure how that works. Never done it, but it's like delisted on the store, so you can't just go up and buy it. There might be a way to get it somehow, but anyway, this is how I prefer to get it, physically on the PlayStation 2. I didn't play this growing up, but people talk about great fighting games. This is in the conversation, so I want to get it. Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend. Now, I'm just a Tomb Raider fan from playing Tomb Raider 1 on PlayStation 2. I played it on PlayStation 2, but it's a PlayStation 1 game. But the first Tomb Raider, played through that, and that just made me a fan of Tomb Raider and Lara Croft and just the history. Like, I watched videos on the making of the game and the making of Lara Croft, the making of the game and stuff. The history, like the documentary of Eidos and Core and, you know, the publishing and stuff. Just one of the greatest female protagonists. And yeah. And I'm 26 now, and I didn't play that game like as a kid, like, you know, growing up. I played that when I was like 23, 24, the first Tomb Raider, and I just became a fan from that. I was like, all right, can't miss out on any like Tomb Raider. I think there's like 2 games I don't have, which is like a top-down like puzzle Tomb Raider game. I think I own it, but I don't have it installed. And then there's like Tomb Raider Underworld. I don't have that game. It doesn't have good reviews on the Microsoft store because it's glitchy or laggy or something. I don't know. A lot of reviews that just turn me away from that game. Let me know if that game is worth getting. If it's really what they say it is, like lagging and glitchy and just super buggy and crashing all the time. Yeah, it says like crashing. Maybe get it on something else like PlayStation 2, I guess. Yeah, I don't have Tomb Raider Underworld. Tomb Raider Legend. This is like its own story, right? I believe this is like its own story. It's not like Anniversary, just a remake of the first one, but it's like, I believe it's its own story. Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. I think this is one of the worst rated like Tomb Raider games. Most criticized one. I think this is like one of the first or the first PlayStation 2 Tomb Raider games where they kind of didn't nail the new tools to work with. They didn't really nail that, the camera and stuff. Disney Pixar, Finding Nemo. Something about Disney games, they're always like really difficult. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of games growing up, like when I was little, you play the first level and you remember it just to be fun from just the first level and you didn't get past it, you know what I mean? A lot of games. It's cool. PlayStation 2, Katamari, how do you say this? Katamari, I don't know, Demacy? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you probably heard of this game, seen this game. It's a weird concept of a game where you're just like you're just a ball of cluttered stuff and then you just roll. Kind of like a snowball and you just collect. The ball gets bigger. It's a weird concept. Supposedly it's fun. I have yet to play this. But anyways, that is the second part of my PlayStation 2 video. Sorry I'm rubbing my nose so much. My allergies starting to act up, but thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video. Comment what you want to see. Comment your opinions. Comment what you want to comment. Please subscribe if you like the content. Share if you can. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Have a good night.